Recently I searched just the word ukulele in the YouTube search bar, and there were over 2.5 million results. So, that's a thing. By now, the ukulele's pervasion of YouTube is kind of a truism, like, everyone just knows YouTube and ukuleles go together. There's actually an interesting correlation between YouTube viewership and ukulele sales, which is, you know, cool. But correlation does not equal causation. So I'm going to try and explore this relationship between YouTube and ukuleles by looking at them both as artistic media, as platforms for expression. And I'm going to teach you some stuff along the way, and at the end I'm just gonna blow your mind. So be prepared for that. So yeah, here's another edition of Anthony does an informational video about YouTube and nobody's surprised anymore. So I got 5 similarities. Let's start. Number 1. YouTube and ukulele are both really easy and cheap to get into. Like, a cheap but playable ukulele is like 20 bucks, and you compare that to like a guitar, which is like hella money. And let me tell you, putting your stuff on YouTube is much easier than trying to get like an old-fashioned distribution company to pick it up. Like, can you imagine paying for a DVD to watch this vlog? Like, or a VHS tape? Like, that's how video was consumed 15 years ago. That shit blows my mind. Next, there's a strong sense of support for sharing work with other people. Like, YouTube's old motto, broadcast yourself. It lives on in our hearts. Doesn't it make you feel good? Makes me feel good. And like, if I play a song on the ukulele, dang right, I'm gonna share it with somebody. Question though, if some nerd just plays a shitty rendition of I'm Yours and nobody's around to hear it, did he play it in the first place? I'm gonna say no. Another thing that YouTube and ukuleles have in common is that the experienced users will share their knowledge with novices. In my 5 years of playing ukulele, I've never had a formal lesson. Like, there's so much stuff, like tablature and like chord charts and stuff, it's all online, so I've never had someone to teach me how to do this. And for YouTube, like, most of my technical knowledge comes from like just watching people's editing and trying to replicate it, or like watching a video tutorial, or just dicking around in like Final Cut or Premiere. So like the DIY aspect is really important, and it's only possible when the expert users are like making their knowledge openly available, so the people like me, the novices, can actively like seek it out and take agency in their education. There's also this belief that contributions matter. Like, people will perform for any kind of reason, right? To entertain, to inform, to make people happy, or just because they like the attention. But whatever the reason, we're proud of it, and it's fun, and it's important to us, and hopefully it'll matter to other people too. And last, we make friends. Like, it's super easy with the ukulele just to be like, hey, let's sit down and have a little jam sesh. And it's so easy to make friends that way. Like, there's a video on my channel from a couple years ago when I'm at a YouTube gathering playing the Doctor Who theme song on the ukulele. I'm still friends with so many of those people in that video. Like, with stuff like Nerdfighteria, right? We know that YouTube's a connective tool, and we can have this whole conversation about how good or bad a tool it is, but like, I've got a good idea that a significant chunk of the people watching this video right now I know through the internet. So, hello friends, and if you don't know me, all you have to do is like comment and say, hey, let's be friends, and I'll know to like check out your videos, and like we can connect and be buds and stuff. It's that easy, at least with like the small audience that I have. Okay, so here's the part where I blow your mind. The 5 things I just mentioned, low barriers for expression, support for sharing work, informal mentorship, belief that contributions matter, and social connectivity are the 5 things that researcher Henry Jenkins uses to define participatory culture. Okay? This is a big word. This is the big thing. Ugh, and I'll be honest right now, I'm kind of a big Henry Jenkins fanboy. Like, he's written all this cool stuff on like interactive culture, and it's really nice and accessible, so all the links to his stuff are in the doobly-doo. So yeah, this thing he defined, participatory culture. There it is again. I'm gonna keep flashing it there because it's really central when we talk about like interactive digital new media. So think about like Facebook and Tumblr and Twitter. Okay, these are not consumer cultures. These are cultures where people are actively participating in the consumption and production of media. So this can be as simple as like writing a blog post or a comment. Or it can be as large scale and complicated as like an interactive project like Wikipedia, where everyone, literally everyone, is encouraged to add to this database of world knowledge. Here's a quote from Henry Jenkins' 2006 white paper. Big paper, important paper. By the way, this is cool. In such a world of participatory culture, right? Many will only dabble, some will dig deeper, and still others will master the skills most found in the community. The community itself, however, provides strong incentives for creative expression and active participation. We're moving away from a world in which some produce and many consume media, toward one in which everyone has a more active stake in the culture being produced. Dang, Henry Jenkins, if he watches this is gonna be really creepy. We see this on YouTube in things like movie and game reviews, and Let's Plays, and parodies, and even like YouTube poops, where people are like appropriating the media that they love or that they hate, and they make cool new stuff out of it. We see this in like video responses and comments and subscriptions, these things that make it so they don't have to sit here and listen to me talk about all this dumb stuff. You can tell me if you agree with it, or disagree with it, or tell me that you think my nose is too big or my hair is too long. We see this in what has been my absolute favorite thing for the past couple of weeks. Twitch Plays Pokemon, where literally tens of thousands of people all play together at once. This old game, right? And around their participation, they've built like a whole mythos. All praise Lord Helix, right? It's exciting. It's new. It's participatory. It's great. This is the power of YouTube. This is the power of the internet. It gives us these tools that let us make active communities and new engaging cultures that encourage free artistic expression and connectivity on scales we've never seen before. It's so exciting, and while there's like countless flaws and inefficiencies and just shit we don't like, right? I think it's our job as participants in this new media space to be responsible consumers and producers of media. This video is not about YouTube and ukuleles. I mean, it is, but like what it's really about is refocusing the conversation we've been having about YouTube. From complaining to something constructive. And this is the first step that we all need to take. Just step back, look what we got, appreciate how powerful it can be, and maybe then we can talk about what we do with it.